Hi guys, welcome to Multiverse. Today we are going to play with our friend Superboy Prime, but also we are going to take a look at our artifacts. Basically, today there was a big update that was added to the game, and essentially what that update did was that it gave us the option to have a second artifact equipped if we wanted to. I'm not sure why someone wouldn't want to. But it doesn't really take away anything from you if you have one. Although, yeah, you do have to upgrade it, and you have to feed it nth metal in order to improve it. And of course, you have to try to break through, possibly using some seals of preservations, and of course a whole bunch of catalysts. Hello, Costas. Hello, Real Time King. So if we take a quick look, you can see that now where our artifact is, there's actually two artifact slots. Right now, this character only has one artifact. The first artifact that this character got was from the anniversary seasonal. Basically, if you run the very first time when you run all the missions of the anniversary seasonal, you can choose one of three new artifacts that were just added to the game. Oh, I do have the what you're talking about. Thank you, Qron. Sorry, I'm probably messing it up. The Nightwing gear, you have to be a hero, sadly, and you have to play a whole bunch of PvP. You can get the Nightwing gear as a villain if you're lucky, but that means like in order to be able to get it with a villain character, you have to get it from Prometheum logboxes, but the odds of getting the gear you want from the Prometheum logboxes are so slim because there are so many styles in the logboxes. There's like 800 styles in the logboxes, so the odds of getting the style that you want, good luck. So basically, the three looks I have, come on, are this look, pretty much what you could call a classic Superboy look. There's the look you just saw for Superboy Prime. And there's the black look that you see in the back that we'll probably end up using today. I'm not sure why the update would end your membership, unless your membership was due to expire. The update had nothing with giving or removing membership. For the I can't show you with this character, but basically you have to go to the watchtower. You have to play a whole bunch of PvP, and you have to purchase all the PvP gear leading up to the Nightwing PvP gear. Yeah, this is PS4. So today we're going to play the artifact mission because our friend Superboy Prime only has one artifact right now. As I was saying a bit earlier, the only artifact I have is one of the three new artifacts that you can get from the anniversary seasonal. I'm not sure what happened. Costas, I guess you would have to. You're gonna have to write a ticket and see what happened. So today we're going to play the other artifact mission. Basically, there's still a whole bunch of characters that I did not play the original artifact mission with. This seems to be one of them. So let's do that. So we'll go into the events tab. You can see we still have the artifacts oblivion bar. Hello, Robbie. I'm just getting a second artifact to our friend, the evil Superboy Prime. A good way to get a large amount of coordinate crown fast. Playing the weekly missions. That's probably your best bet. Other than that, buying coordinate crowns on a broker, on the marketplace. I mean. Oh, also before I forget, on the marketplace, it seems they've added a little something for the artifacts. Maybe it won't be loading. The game has been taking. Oh, there we go. They've added a little thingy called the Thanagarian Ore Detector. Basically, what this does is that it increases the nth metal XP drop. It increases your nth metal XP drops by 125% for 1 hour. Yeah, I saw the new Flash episode. It was okay. It wasn't a bad episode. Wasn't a great episode. It was an okay episode.
There you are. I was starting to think you weren't interested in power beyond your wildest dreams.
I guess maybe the new update messed up the membership, I suppose, for some people. If it did that, write a ticket, or even better, go to the forums and ask Meps. Maybe he can figure out what happened.
So, I've got a lead on a few artifacts.
But yeah, the Flash episode was fine. It wasn't a bad episode. But it wasn't a great episode either. The best scene has to be when Joe asks Ralph to do some evil thingy, like to plant some evil evidence to try to clear out Barry's name. Hello, Rotor. And it was pretty touching the way that Ralph pretty much explained to Joe what would happen to him if he did that. Yeah, they keep on adding new powers as it suits them. Like basically, they've added a power. Like there's Iris who comes in and says, "I have information that will end this trial right now," and then they made up a new power so that Barry could prevent her from giving that information. So it was like okay, it was a little last minute just to get themselves out of a corner they've painted themselves in. Not too crazy when they do that. Not just on the Flash and most TV shows. Sometimes they'll do that. They'll put something out of nowhere in order to move the story forward, or in order to get themselves out of a corner that they've painted themselves in, and that seemed to be it. Well, yeah, but it's never been established in the TV show. We didn't even know he could do that until that very moment in the TV show. Like if they had done that, I don't know, a previous episode to establish that the Flash can do that. But the only explanation they gave was something like "Oh, you've never done that before. How can you do that?" And then he says, "Oh, I don't know." And that was it. That's as far as we got an explanation for that.
No, all the magical energy will be lost.
Did I mention that I am fully functional?
Well, obviously, PS2 players won't be able to play. I don't think players will leave because of that. Unless they were playing on PS3, players will not leave. And the thing is, we have no idea how many PS3 players we have and how many PS4 players we have. And I strongly suspect that a lot of the players we will lose when PS3 is no longer supported are going to be free-to-play players. Because if you can afford to buy a PS4, odds are you can afford to be a subscriber. If you're still playing on PS3, odds are maybe you can't really afford to be a subscriber. So I would suspect that a lot of PS3 players will be either free-to-play players or maybe some premium players. And the thing is, we don't know. At this point, we don't know how many PS3 players we have and how many PS4 players we have. Is there a lot of PS3 players still playing this Universe Online? Or did most people upgrade to PS4? We don't know. Although it will force at least a few players to upgrade to PS4, which was we knew this day would come. Sooner or later, DC, not only DC, but sooner or later PSN will stop supporting the PS3. You guys have to understand that. I know that it stings if you're still playing on PS3 and then all of a sudden the games you're playing no longer are supported by PS3. for your PS3, then yeah, I understand it stinks. But you have to understand that it was a given. Like it wasn't a matter of if they would do that. It was just a matter of when. It was obvious that sooner or later the PS3 would no longer be supported. Again, not just by DC Universe Online, by PSN, by other games as well. And also the thing is, we don't know if it's only the decisions of DC Universe Online. Maybe DC Universe Online still wanted to support the PS3, but maybe PSN no longer wants to support PS3. So I wouldn't be too quick to blame only DC Universe Online for that. I wouldn't be surprised if PSN has something to say about that as well. Because you have to understand that also PSN or Sony will want to push people to purchase a PS4. So at some point, Sony will stop supporting the PS3 in order to push people so that they will have to buy a PS4. Yeah, I did see Black Lightning. Uh, wasn't too crazy about that first episode, but I will wait to see at least, let's say, 3 episodes before I pass judgment on the show. There were a few good bits, but there's a lot of stuff that really bothered me. So I'll have to see at least 3, maybe 4 episodes. I haven't seen any of those videos lately. I'm gonna have to take a look. But no, I didn't take the time to look at those videos just yet. Papa Cola and Dakman, I don't know about those, but I know of GOH gamers.
Got it? Good. That's a thing of beauty.
I will knock that smirk right off your face and into the source wall.
Well, not everyone gets tax returns. I'm pretty sure that all the 12-year-olds playing this universe online, I'm pretty sure they don't have tax returns.
I'll finish
Sadly, there's still a lot of kids playing the game, and they depend on their parents. If their parents doesn't buy them a PS4, I remember eons ago when I was a young man. Like I remember one of my early real job was installing grass. I was when I was 12, I got a job during the summer, and I would pretty much install fresh new grass in public parks.
Whatever you picked.
At the time, I was earning what was the minimum wage, which was a whopping big $4 an hour.
At best, it
Before that, I would do odd jobs here and there for $10, $20, like helping someone paint their fence for $10 or fix their roof for $20 or something like that. But my first real job was installing grass in parks, and I was 12 when I got that job. But when you suggest to 12-year-olds now to get a job to be able to, let's say, purchase a PS4, we're told that they cannot do that. They're just 12 years old. So I'm not sure. It seems things have changed where you cannot get a job at 12-year-old. It seems. Not yet, but it was free for PlayStation Plus players. At least I assume it's the first, only the first episode or the first chapter or something. So I've been meaning to give it a try, and every day there's something that prevents me from trying it. Today I thought I could try it while the game was down.
look no further than the United States.
Hello, Reaper.
They've got all
Today I thought,
sorts of
hello
dangerous
Chaz.
things that could blow off your damn
Today I thought I
head.
could give it a try while the game was down, and I ended up doing something else. So I'm going to try to at least try the Batman game. There's also Deus Ex that was also free. So I was really happy because usually free games on PS Plus are pretty much not good games, let's say. So I was happy to see that. Oh, for once they had actually
Grab two,
decent
wow.
games like Batman, Telltale Games, and Deus Ex. Seems to be not bad games. And there was also a PS Plus pack for that was free for Warframe. So I might try. I tried Warframe like I don't know a year ago, 2 years ago when it was first released. Then I tried it a bit later again, and I guess I'm gonna have to try it again.
What you've got there is Dilla Steel. The same silvery stuff that'll break your hand if you try to punch old Captain Adam.
For DCUO PvP,
If you get boxed a lot, this might be
I don't think they'll ever fix it really, or at least not to the point that people want it to be fixed. There's not enough people playing PvP, and a lot of the people playing PvP just play for free. So they tried to monetize PvP eons ago, and it didn't work out. They ended up killing PvP even more than before. I'll have to give a try to Batman Telltale game. So I'll try at least the free version that I have right now, and we'll see after that. But for PvP,
Does this make us bros?
all the people complaining about PvP have to understand that
on my list.
the devs do whatever is affecting the most players, and there's really not enough players who play PvP, and a lot of those players are just free-to-play players. So do you really expect DCUO to invest a lot of money in something that doesn't bring in any money at all?
Stop looking at me like that. I'm not.
The new stuff is the new artifact. I'll show you in half a second. The Phoenix material, you have to get it from the Amazon time capsules, or you have to buy it from the broker. It's sadly that simple. So let's see, which artifact will I get with this one? Might. Let's go for the Tetrahedron of Ugrund. Probably should take this one, but let's go for this one. Basically, as you were asking, the new stuff is this here. They've added a second slot for a second artifact, which is why I'm doing the artifact mission right now. I only had one artifact with my evil Superboy Prime, so now I'm gonna have two artifacts. So let's go. The galactic space material. I guess you mean the cosmic material. That you have to get it from the broker. Yeah, we can have two artifacts at one time. So you can equip two artifacts, and both artifacts will work for your character. Yeah, it gives a boost to your character. Obviously, you have to increase the strength of your artifact, but yes, it does give a boost to your character. And also, there's a little thingy that allows you to give a boost to your nth metal. They all do different things depending on the artifact. Some will give health, some will increase your might, some will increase your supercharge, your supercharge generation. And they've also added this little thing in the marketplace, the Thanagarian ore detector, which increase the nth metal drops, the nth metal XP drops by 125% for 1 hour. Right now, I don't think that would be necessary. Nth metal seems to drop more than enough. But anyways, so you can see here all the artifacts that we have so far. So if you want to purchase other artifacts than the one you have, you can come here and purchase them. And they each do different stuff. For example, this one, if you counter, you have to increase it at least up to rank 80. Ideally, you want to increase it to rank 100. But with each rank, you gain new abilities. And basically, the main ability of this one is that when you counter an enemy, it increases your precision and weapon DPS by 10% for a short time. And it grants you immunity to control effect for 3 seconds. There's this one where for whenever you hit an enemy with a controller debuff, it grants to you and up to 7 group members power equal to 6% of your vitalization, and precision equal to 1% of your vitalization. There's this one where hitting an enemy with a cross weapon combo attacks grants you and up to 7 group members precisions equal to 0.075% of your health, and the effect is doubled in damage roll. And this one, using a group power heal, grants you and up to 7 group members health equal to 12% of your vitalization. This one is using a group heal, grants you and up to 7 group members health equal to 7.5% of your restoration. And this one here, hitting an enemy with a pull move, grants you up to 7 group members health equal to 11.5% of your dominance. I'm not sure why they go with those stats like 11.5 or 0.075. Why not just 1% and 11 or 12%? I have no idea. Sometimes, once in a while, the devs try to be a little too clever for their own good. Hello, Dominic. So let's see. What else do I need to do? I lost track of what I was supposed to do. Oh yeah.
Artifacts hit a wall, mate. It needs the proper motivation to go on. What you need is a very special sort of item to help it break on through to the other side.
So right now I need to break through with my artifact. So I could break through with this one, or I could decide to break through with this one. Decisions. Oh, let's increase the might one. Yeah, I guess you guys are gonna have to write a ticket, or even better, go to the forums and let Meps know that the artifacts. Oh, sorry, that your legendary account is no longer legendary for some reason. There's one thing also that I should mention. I've seen a lot of people complain on the forums that when they try to upgrade the artifact, they lose their catalyst. As you can see, in this case, there's a 100% chance of success for the artifact. But as your artifacts goes up in level, the odds of success go down. So eventually, I think you go up to I think it's 80 or 60%. I forget. The odds are still pretty good once you reach 100. But you are never guaranteed to upgrade your artifact. So you have to use a seal of preservation. Even if you have like 90% chance, the 10% chance is there. You could lose all your catalyst if you do not use a seal of preservation. So you have to use a seal of preservation all the time, otherwise you may lose your catalyst. I've seen a lot of people on the forums complaining about that because they didn't use a seal of preservation, they lost their catalyst, and then they weren't very happy about that. So here we're going to break through. We have a 100% chance, so we are going to be able to do it. For the Batman, will they do something new for Batman Day? Well, Batman Day wasn't that long ago, so you're gonna have to do it. You're gonna have to be patient. Batman Day is like in September, so we just had Batman Day a few months ago, so you're gonna have to wait quite a few months before the next Batman Day. But yeah, I guess we'll have to wait to see what they're going to do. But that's pretty far away by now. The form to fill a ticket, you have to go to their website. I couldn't give you a link because I'm not sure myself where to go. But you have to go to their website. Yeah, as mentioned, go to their website, go to support, and send them a message or something. The Crimson Mist, well, yeah, you have to go to the broker any chance you get. Sooner or later, you will
Best
find the
thing about
collections there.
this is that they want to grow in power.
If not,
They
the
yearn
Crimson Mist,
they're
although
always
the Crimson Mist is pretty...
the right
Well, let's
things
go
will
check.
make them stronger. The best fuel for these little
The
beasts
Crimson
is
Mist,
things
I
like
think, are
sunset.
from the... Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to talk to him
End
again.
metal from Thanagar.
Well, let me finish here, and I'll go check for the Crimson Mist thingy. So our friend Constantine should have given us... Well, what did he give us? Oh, there it is. So our friend Constantine gave us a vault ticket, so let's use it. Hello, Shariar.
Welcome, welcome, one and all, to Joker's Room of Fun, Mayhem, and Prizes. What will it be? Something to flatten your opponents? Or just some...
Yeah, the PS4 controllers don't seem to be very sturdy, so I'm not surprised.
Bring the presents and get
Mine is still working fine, but I can feel that before long I might need to go get a new one. No, you can get the base items for free. You just have to play missions, and sometimes some base items will drop. It depends which mission you're playing and which base items you're looking for. Obviously, if you're looking for the base items, let's say from the Batman, like the Batman base items that you can purchase on the marketplace, or the Flash base items you can get from the marketplace. Sadly, as far as I know, those only are available on the marketplace. But there's a whole bunch of base items that you can get in the game as you play missions. Base items should drop as you play missions. I'm on PS4. Oh, you mean amenities? Yeah, you can get amenities for free. You have to gather, it's like 10 or 12 collections, I forget. I keep on meaning to make a video about that, and I probably should. So I probably got my first... oh yeah, there it is. So again, as I mentioned, whenever you guys want to break through with your artifact, make sure to use your seal of preservation. Otherwise, you could end up losing all your catalysts. And again, I've seen a lot of people complain on the forums because they lost their catalyst. Basically, they had like 90% chance to succeed. They thought, I don't need a catalyst. They tried and they failed, and then they complained about it. So don't take any chances. Whenever you try to break through with your catalyst, use a seal of preservation. Otherwise, you may have a nasty surprise. So let's see. I forget which collections are for the Crimson Mist. I think it comes from the original time capsules, so it's going to be a bit tricky to try and find it. Yeah, as I feared. Let's go name descending. So as you can see, there are a lot of time capsules on the broker. So I often hear people complain that the old time capsules no longer drop, but you can still get a lot of them from the broker. Okay, so the Crimson Misted Aura collection come from the time capsule. So let's assume for a second that there's really no collections that drop for it. Worst comes to worst, you could try and open some of the older time capsule. The Allman Signal, I think it's a briefing you have to complete, or a collection, I forget. I think, yeah, you have to complete a collection from the Earth 3 DLC, if I'm not mistaken. Although, I'm lying. There's a few versions of the all signal. There's a few that you can that just drop in the content, but there's one that you have to get together. I think it's 10 or 12 collections. I forget. Uh, well, let's try that. Okay, we're going to take a look at the. Ideally, I should probably switch character if I want to show you the sparring target thingy. Just give me a second. There we are. So there's various version of the all signal that you can get in the game. There's a version where the all signal is always on. That one drops in the game. But obviously you have to play Earth 3 missions. There's a version where the all signal is off. But there's also a version where the all signal is interactive. And for that one, you have to complete, I think it's 12 collections from the Earth 3 DLC in order to be able to get that all signal. And of course, if you're looking for the various lights that you can have, we won't see this one. Let's go for the. There's one on the wall. And of course, if you want those various signals, those drop also from various missions in the Earth 3 DLC, or as you can see, obviously you can buy them from the broker. For the amenities, you have to gather certain collections in order to be able to get them. Let's go take a look. I'm going to have to switch character in order to be able to show you. I guess it's the new update probably broke something that removed the membership to the people who were given membership this month. I guess I would have to check. Let me check on the forum. If a lot of you guys, there we go. There is a post about it on the forums. And there is also a reply by Maps. So just give me 1 second and I'll let you know what Maps replied. That was quite a growl. Just 1 second. There's a lot of posts. Oh, there we go. Okay, Maps says that they are investigating this problem. And if you're missing your membership benefit, you can please tell Maps a character name and which platform you are playing on, USPS, EuroPS, or whatever. So, ideally, guys, go to the forums. You should be able to find a post by Maps fairly easily, so you should be able to send a message directly to Maps. So go on the forums, send a message to Maps, tell him which platform you're playing on, and which server you're playing on. Are you playing on the US server, on the European server, and again, which platform? Are you playing on PC, on PS, on Xbox? So if you play, let's say, on the USPS, just go see Maps on the forums, send him a message, and tell him you play on the USPS. I have no idea if they use Facebook. Right now, I have a post right near by Maps that says to send him a message. So go to the forums. It's not complicated. There is a thread especially about that. You can even find Maps' post in the thread, and from there you can send him a message if you want to. Oh no, it's okay. I had to switch characters because I have to be able to look at the collections that I have. Basically, it's a set of it's 10 or 12 collections, I forget, and I think it's in global. Let's give it a try. There's a lot of collections, so just give me 1 second. Actually, maybe it's not global. Oh, I'm so sad now. But let's take a look then at the Crimson Aura. I think I have it here. Oh yeah. Like the Crimson Misted Aura, you need to gather those 12 collections. Atrocitus Sacrificial Token, Dextar's Milk Saucer, Shard of Bleez's Bonewing, Thrashed Manhunter Parts, Bloody Sinistro Core Uniform, Vial of Blood, Chipped Skull, Plasma Residue, Jade Warrior Staff, Severed Horn, Bloodstained Axe, and Vice's Cracked Tooth. So again, you can get those collections either from the broker or you can get them from the original time capsules. And I guess I'm gonna have to go through. Is it just collections then? I guess not. I don't think it's event. Nope. Let's try Gotham then. Basically, there's 4 collections that you can gather in Gotham and 4 in Metropolis. So it might be. Oh yeah, there it is. So here you can see if you want to have, let's say, the crafting station, you have to gather Arkham's personal collection. That's on Arkham Island, and you can see you have to gather Killer Croc's tooth, Penguin's monocle, Clayface modeling clay, Victor Zaz's shirt, Scarecrow's hat, Two-Face face cream, the Mad Hatter's bow tie, Aaron's Cash wristwatch, the ventriloquist wood polish, Batman's grapple hook. If you gather those 10 collections are on Arkham Island. You can change power, but you have to buy a token that allows you to change power. It's a respect power token, and I think it's $10. It's been a while since I did that. The full bank and retrieving escrow. Retrieving escrow, you have no choice but to either purchase an escrow token or you have to be legendary. The same for the bank, you can purchase some bank space, or again, if you go legendary, you will have more bank space. For the powers, we have no idea if they're going to add more powers or not in the future. We have to wait for that. Yeah, if you remember, you have no escrow, you have access to all your cash. If you have escrow, it's because you're either a premium player or free-to-play player. And if you don't want to have the escrow, obviously you have to either be legendary or you have to purchase an escrow token. And there's this one. I'm not sure what this one is for. It's either the mail or the broker. I have no idea. So there's, again, these 10 collections. I'm not sure. I would have to look it up. I would have to look it up which amenity this actually gives you. And the same for this one. And the same for this one. So it's a bit tricky to answer because with the small little icon, it could be any of 2 or 3 amenities. Well, let's see if I can find the sparring target. Oh, there's this. For the sparring target, it's the Steelworks tour guide. Born of Fire. I'll show you in just 1 second. If you want to get more than 1500, you have to either be premium. If you're premium, you get 2000, and or you have to be a legendary player. If you're a legendary player, you gain access to all your cash. The Probias give you the mailbox. Okay, makes sense. So for the sparring target, you need the Steelworks tour guide. These collections are around the Steelworks, obviously, and you need the Steelworks helicopter pad, assembly plant, testing range, main gate, Star Labs research station, control unit, safety control unit, quality control, production plant, smokestacks, and plasma reactor. But you know what? I've been meaning to make videos about those for quite some time, so I will try to make a video about each of those so that you guys will know exactly which collections you need in order to be able to get the free amenity. If you have 2000, no idea. Are you sure you're not premium? As soon as you spend $5, you become premium. So if you bought anything in the game, odds are you're premium now. Maybe you just didn't realize you were premium. Yeah, the best option is just paying for 1 year. Well, most they have. How do you expect this universe online to keep on going if people don't pay to play it? They have to make some money somehow. Thank you, Joe. Yeah, it's one of my nice ones. Let's take a quick look. If you bought a legend character, as soon as you spend $5 on this universe online, you are a premium player. As you can see, I have a lot of like Sleuthor bookshelves. Yeah, having a second artifact. Let's see how big of an impact it'll make. I guess I could open a small casino. We have no idea if they're going to add new powers. One power that's been highly requested was the Blue Lantern power. But are they going to add it? No idea. Oh yeah, let's go back to our friend. So I hope this was good. Let's check one last thing. Uh, Maybe if you cannot purchase the Crimson Mist collections, you could possibly purchase the aura though. Uh, like right now, the Crimson Misted Aura is about 14 millions. 14, 15, well, let's say 15 millions. So if for some reason you do not have the collections on the broker, then just buy the aura. It's not that expensive. I remember when it was like 80 million or more. Thank you, Fuzani. The server downtown was for artifacts, but it's not rare that when they have some downtime that they actually do multiple things. So sometimes they'll have a downtime, let's say for a specific update, but they'll also update, let's say, the next DLC also at the same time. 15 euro, I have no idea. Could be. How much is 15 euro in US dollars? I would suspect that yes, but the truth is I'm not sure. Also, I keep on receiving invitation for a game called Fortnite. So I've been toying with the idea of trying it. There seems to be a free-to-play version, so I may give that a try. I don't know if it'll be a good idea or not. I guess we'll have to see. Of course, the Earth is flat. So for the I forgot to check those I was missing. Oh well. Oh, it's pounds. Then I have no idea. If it's worth $5 US, then you are. Why do you say it will die? Is it that bad? Hello, Ecstasy. Now let's go back to see our friend Multiverse 1 second. Born of Fire. I'm probably just for the Born of Fire collections. I'm probably just missing the top one, the the most expensive one. Let's wait a bit. Paint for the base? You mean the paintings on the walls? You get that from missions. Like there's a lot of those paintings in the Earth 3 DLC. So if you play the Earth 3 missions, odds are some of those paintings will drop. How long is the stream going to be? I have no idea. Sometimes it lasts an hour, sometimes it lasts 2 hours, sometimes it lasts 3 hours. I have to admit, I couldn't tell you. We can expect something for the 20th anniversary, the 80th anniversary of Superman. So let's see if we can see the collections now. Oh yeah. So for Born of Fire, the only collection that I'm missing is probably the most expensive one or the rare one. Otherwise, I would have completed the collection by now. But I'm not sure if I'm missing on. Am I missing only one? Oh yeah, yeah. That's probably most definitely that's the rare one. Let's take a quick look how expensive it is right now. Let's search for Phoenix. Oh, no collection. I'm so sad. But the material is 150 million. Oh well. Yeah, this year Superman turns 80. It's gonna turn 80 in April or May. I forget. I think it's April or something like that. Although I could have sworn it was in June, but apparently it's like in April. Of course, you have to celebrate Superman's birthday. Come on. We can. We're hoping that seeing how it's going to be Superman's 80th anniversary this year, we're hoping that we're going to get a new Superman emblem, maybe a Superman-inspired set of gear. I guess we're gonna have to. Uh, I assume you have the small dive. If you're a legendary player, you have access to the bigger bases. Or if you're premium and you purchased the base pack, I'm not sure how to properly call it. Not sure. What name do you have? I'm probably in the wrong place. Let's go to upgrades. Like for those of you who were asking about powers, basically you have a token here that you can purchase to change power. So it's the respect token power type. It's $9 if you're a subscriber. I guess $10 if you're just a premium player or a free-to-play player. Although you'll become premium by then. Oh, and also yeah, I pretty much purchased all the layers. Like if you go, but the size is not because I purchased the layer. It's because if you're there's the layer system here. If you're a legendary player, you get the layer system by default. If you're a premium player, you have to buy it. Again, if you're a free-to-play player, you also have to buy it. So you have to have the layer system, if I'm not mistaken, to have the big layer. Otherwise, you have what is known as the dive, which is a smaller version of the layer. And of course, as someone just mentioned, I did purchase uh, I did purchase the various layers. So whenever the layers were on sale, once in a while I would purchase some of them, and I ended up purchasing all of them. Like the last sale or the one before that, I purchased whatever layer I was still missing. I don't buy the respect token for weapons. It's only one skill point. It doesn't one skill point doesn't matter. Trust me, it if you're missing one skill point because it's on the wrong weapon, there are people out there that are faking me. Really? Do you mean there are fake multiverse are there? The money goes to escrow. As soon as you're no longer legendary, your cash goes back to 2000 and it goes back to escrow. Yeah, but for one skill point, doesn't really matter. Well, let's take a quick look. Like one skill point will give you. It's hard to tell just how much one gives you. Like it would give like 7 powers and 1 might and 3 weaponization. It's really not worth it. Yeah, but still, it's a bit of a waste. So most, you're telling me that there are fake multiverses out there. Oh, I'm so sad to hear that. No, purchase legendary for a year. It's there's a lot of things that you'll still keep once your legendary expires. But yes, your cash will go back to 2000. Of course, like if you're using one of the powers that you need to pay for, uh, there will be once you're no longer legendary, you will still have access to that power. Like if I was to create, let's say, Green Lantern power, Green Lanterns normally you have to purchase the Green Lantern power. But if I was to go legendary, create a Green Lantern character, and then my legendary expires, I still have my Green Lantern character with the Green Lantern powers. Yeah, sometimes I'll do that. I'll leave a 1 point open. At some point, whenever I would get a weapon that would drop from a mission, oh, I'd be curious if you guys see some fake multiverses out there. Let me know. I'd be curious to see that. Send me a link or something. Well, if you already bought those, it's not a loss. You're still gonna have them. Well, if you're legendary, you can still use the dive. Let's go back to my base for 1 second. I'll show you. Like even if you're legendary, you can still use the dive. Actually, I should probably switch to. I'll switch to Harlequin. It'll make more sense. Like normally, once you have the base pack or whatever, you have access to those bigger bases. As you can see here, I'm barely starting decorating this base, but I'll get there someday. So once you're legendary, or if you purchase the base pack, you have access to. I think you have access to 2 bases, and then if you want more, if you want different bases, you have to purchase them. No, I already have them. But even if you're legendary, you can still use a base that's called the dive. I'll show it to you with my Harley Quinn. It'll make a bit more sense. She should be here. So even if you're legendary, you can decide to use the dive. Nothing stops you from doing that. The dive is just one of the options you have in order to have a base. I guess I have it. Yeah, I don't have any more. But if I go here, you should be able to see all the bases I have. Let's say here. So you can see basically you start with, I think you start with, I forget. I think you start with the Deco layer and you start with the Gothic layer. These are the two themes that you have when you start. If you want any more theme than that, you have to purchase it. And you also start obviously with the dive. So even if you're legendary, you can use the dive if you want to for whatever reasons. Let's say you don't want to have a big base for reasons, you can use the dive. There's probably one character or two that I actually would use the dive with. The only problem with the dive is that you only have four. Oh. Oh yeah, you only have room for 5 amenities. So already I find it sad that we can only have 6 amenities in our bases. Here it's even worse. We can only have 5. Yeah, this is a villain character. Hello, Wally. So if you're a legendary player, you can still have the dive. I'm going to switch at some point. Basically, I want to purchase. I think I want to purchase a base on Arkham Island for Harley Quinn. But sadly, I need marks of victory to do that, so I'm gonna have to wait a bit for that. So if you want to have the dive, you can. It gives you a smaller base. It's more intimate. You don't have to go. All your amenities are nearby. But you only have 5 amenities. If maybe someday we can put more amenities in our base, I would probably use this with a couple of my characters. And someone wants to see my characters. Sure, I guess I could do that. I've been meaning to make a video to... like this is pretty much where my Harley Quinn character is at. I'll probably have to add one more armory for her soon. Well, we'll see. This is our friend Superboy Prime, which you saw a bit earlier. This is obviously the multiverse with his awesome Ultraman cape. Oh yeah. There's other multiverse characters in the game. I thought you meant someone that had like a YouTube channel called the Multiverse or something. Actually, I think there might be other channels also called Multiverse. Or I think there's the Multiverse or something like that. A slight variation like that. I don't think there's a feat for completely filling a base. But you have to put in at least 20 items in order to be able to unlock free decoration mode. So this is my Nightwing character, but I also have a Green Arrow armory with this character and a Robin armory. This is my evil Dark Multiverse with a Dark Side armory and others I fail to recall. Oh yeah, and I tweaked my Ocean Master. Basically, I was toying with the idea of creating a Black Manta character, and then I decided to take instead my Ocean Master, and I gave him a Black Manta armory instead. I'm trying to come up with a nature character. I'm not sure if I'm going to go with that, but we'll see. Black Bolt. I guess I can see what you mean. Of course, the Red Hood. Our friend Ultraman. A Flash game like the Arkham Knight graphics. Maybe someday, you never know. Flash is pretty popular right now, so I wouldn't be surprised if at some point something is in the works. Of course, our evil Kid Zoom, our evil speedster. Our Green Lantern with his new Dawnbreaker armory. Oh, we don't see the ring. I'm so sad. Of course, the Flash. Oh yeah, and this is the cosmic version, of course. Our friend Supergirl. The Batman. Our Doctor Strange. The Spectre. Our Batman Beyond. I love this suit. The Phantom. Our Superman character. Our evil Yellow Lantern. Our composite Batman Superman. Our evil Black Lantern. The All-Man. Some sort of a Manhunter. I'm gonna have to work on that one a bit more. The Sunwalker. And this is my Black Manta that I wanted to make, but I'm starting to have too many characters already, so I figured instead of creating a Manta character, let's have Ocean Master with a Black Manta armory. It should do the trick. Yeah, and someone told me that he got the Vortex for like 100,000. So it's something, and a Brainiac character that I'm working on. So I should probably start making video with that character soon. Basically, I'm trying to gather a whole bunch of base items for the base of that character. So once she'll have her base, I'll have a whole bunch of items already thanks to the anniversary event. From the Antimatter shop at level 20. Depends what you want. If you want to just make your character stronger, the only thing that will really help you is the anti-monitor gear, but it will help you for maybe 1 level, 2 level at best. You could purchase the Batman emblems. Of course, I have the Iron Man. I came close to deleting this character a couple of times, but in the end I decided to keep him. Of course, Captain America, Firestorm, and our friend Aquaman. Didn't really get to play with him just yet. I should probably put that on the list of things to do soon, especially since I have a few base items just waiting for him. The emblems are just for the look. It's all they do, sadly. I could show them to you, I suppose. They're not really rare right now because anyone can purchase them from the anniversary vendor. Yeah, I think some do they give fees? It could be. I bought them some time ago. Basically, it's the emblems we got for free. So if you already have them, maybe you don't need more. But if for some reason you don't have them or you want them on multiple characters, crap, wrong character. Too many characters, that's what happens. I think you get a feat for all the emblem. Well, the last chance for this year. Next year, obviously, the anniversary event will come back every year. So I strongly suspect that next year we're still going to be able to buy crypto. But you are going to have to wait until next year. So basically, you have until January 31st to buy crypto. If you don't, you're gonna have to wait until next year. The same with pretty much all the pets you can have in your base that come from the various seasonals. Oh, speaking of the devil. Yeah, you have until the 31st. So yeah, roughly 2 weeks. Come on, come on. But crypto looks so cute, you have to buy him. So yeah, if you have up to 80 quadrant crowns, just wait a bit and until you can actually purchase crypto. If you play the weekly a couple more times, You should be able to purchase crypto. Or if you play the missions daily and you play the weekly, no reason why you shouldn't be able to have crypto. But for the emblems, it depends. If you technically you should have them. Everyone should have those emblems at least once. But then again, if you want them on multiple characters, then yeah, you could buy them. And there's a few of them that works really well to reproduce. Oh, that's the one. And this one works really well to reproduce. Let's put the blue, yellow, red. The colors are messed up. Actually, let's do that. I'm going to reverse the colors in order to be able to show you. I'm going to make a video about that, but I'm not quite ready to do that, so let's do that instead. We can recreate a pretty good version of the classic Batman emblem with the yellow oval. Obviously, we can see that it's the Aquaman emblem. I'm not sure if you can sell crypto. Actually, that's a good idea. Let's check. If we can sell crypto, there's probably a lot of people trying to sell it right now. Kryptonian, Kryptonian, Kryptonian. I don't think you can sell him. Or if you can, no one is selling him. I'm not sure if you can sell him or not. Let's look at the emblems. Didn't realize that, yeah, maybe you can... let's look for Red Death. Oh, you can actually sell the emblems if you want to. So if you want to make a quick buck, you could sell the emblems. Well, Ace could come for Batman Day next year. I guess we'll have to wait and see. So again, as you can see, you can come up with a pretty nifty Batman-looking emblem. There's also the Wonder Woman one that could kind of reproduce that effect. Let's take a quick look. Wonder Woman is the Merciless, I think. Oh yeah. It gives a pretty fat bat, but it almost kind of works. Almost. But again, the better option obviously is to go for an actual Batman emblem. So either the Rebirth one or the BVS one. But you use what you can sometimes. You remix the Spitalik? I suppose you could. Pretty sure, yeah, we could have the green hat with either the Riddler hat or some of the other hats. I guess only the skirt part would be hard to pull off. Obviously, it wouldn't look exactly like that, but you could get somewhat close. For Mixus Spidilic, not sure what power I would use. And yeah, as Talia says, only 2 more weeks for people playing on the PS3, so try and enjoy it. Or at least until you manage to upgrade to using a PS4. I'm not sure if I did the anniversary event today. Well, let's go check. The Centennial Collapse. Yeah, it's a weekly event. I don't think I did it this week just yet with him. You mean this one here? Yeah, it gives you quite a few crowns. And let's go do that. The sad part is that on the villain side,
ran into the invasion zone trying to beat
you pretty much have to play the shadow missions solo.
turned into antimatter. Morons. However, we do need people to take things from, so grab one of the devices near the terminal and get out there.
Also, if you're looking for the entrance for the solo mission, it's right here. Took me a while to find it.
The Guardians have brought devices with them from the antimatter universe that target exobytes. We do not want them to have the ability to disable your exobytes, so let's destroy as many of the devices as we can to slow their progress.
Basically, I looked everywhere but here, and then at the last minute, I finally saw that, the entrance is right here. Well, let's say, let's stay in DPS. I thought it was an easy feat. It's Superboy Prime. Yeah, it looks black looks really good in this universe online, and the better the contrast, the better it looks. So black and red, black and yellow, black and white usually ends up looking pretty neat in this universe online. I gave it a tiny bit of gray in the emblem so that we could see the emblem a bit more. But this is roughly pretty much the look that Superboy Prime had during the Countdown miniseries. Let's pull back a bit. I took a quick look at the Marvel Contest of Champions. I'm not a big mobile game player. The closest I came to playing a mobile game was those actually cheesy game you had on Facebook that you have on Facebook. At some point there was this game called Marvel Ultimate Alliance. The first one was okay. Then they came up with a second one that went down the drain after just barely a few months. So I'm not big on those games. Yeah, sadly, in about a year, we're all gonna have to upgrade again with the PS4. Although already there's some people who even went as far as to upgrade to PS4 Pro. Did I say PS4? And next year we're gonna have to upgrade to PS5, it seems. But there's some people already who did upgrade to PS4 Pro.
Stand against me and you will fall.
Although already we can feel quite a bit of lag even with PS4, which is a bit sad. PS4 is starting to feel like it was playing this universe online on PS3 like 5 years ago. Well, we have to upgrade because they don't optimize the game for older platforms. Also, they're trying to add more textures, more detail, which is more demanding on on the console. So eventually you have to upgrade. Yes, you can, but you only get about half the experience. But yes, you can do that if you want to. Well, they had that for from the start. Like you could let's say oh I can't show it right now. Well, let's do the opposite. Oh, I'm so sad. Well, I can't show it to you, but basically, yeah, you can use a one artifact to upgrade the other. It consumes the artifact though, so be careful. But also, all it really does is that it gives you only about half the experience. Basically, they're going to release artifacts forever. So if you end up with an artifact that you no longer want to use and you want to replace it with another artifact, well, you didn't lose everything. You're going to be able to use at least some of the experience from your artifact to increase the other one.
Let's play a little game.
Yeah, eventually I guess you're gonna need a 4K TV in order to be able to play. Although by then it may no longer be 4K, it may be 10K. Already their 4K is almost obsolete, and it's a lot of people still didn't even convert to 4K. Let's go for the neck piece. But yeah, eventually you have to upgrade. Like I remember when I bought my PS3, I had to change my TV. My TV just could not do a good job with PS3 anymore. Like I had an old TV, and yeah, I could still have used my old TV if I wanted to, but at that point I had to go get a better TV, let's say a more recent TV. Which is the sad thing about the technology. You have to try to keep up with the latest tech, and sometimes if you change just one thing, you have to change everything. Like sometimes if you change your console, like if you get let's say a PS3, not only do you need to replace your console, but sometimes you have to replace your TV as well. I'm using a TV. I have a 40-inch TV. So I'm using my TV not just as a TV, but it's also my computer screen. Been doing that for almost 10 years now. Eons ago, I was using laptops, so I didn't really need a computer screen. And then I started plugging my laptop in my TV to get a second screen, a second computer screen. And eventually, once I decided to buy a desktop, I didn't purchase a computer screen. I kept on using my TV as my computer screen. And technically, I still have two screens. I have my TV as one screen, and I have my Cintiq tablet as my second screen. It's still, we don't really have any info about the PS4, the PS5, but we do know that it's coming. They're starting to talk about it a lot more, so we can guesstimate that probably in 2019 we are going to get a PS5. Probably fall 2019, just before the holidays. I guess I'm stuck. Oh, I got some Uber lag. Oh, there we go. I don't think it's been 7 years. I've had my PS4 for about 2.5 years, and I think let's add a year and a half. So it's been out for about 4 years, 5 years. Is it 6? Cal up. Did it come out in 2013? Holy crap. Time flies. Cal up. Well, they made Xbox One X and PS4 Pro because they're trying to do like iPhones. They're trying to get people to replace their console every year. It's or they tried to push for that anyways. Didn't quite work as they were hoping. Like PS4 Pro didn't sell as much as they thought it would. So I guess they're going to slow down a bit, but they're trying to push so that people have to replace their console every year. So they came up with PS4, then PS4 Slim, then PS4 Pro. And so far it didn't seem to work just yet. The only problem is that if they try to make the consoles obsolete on purpose, then that's going to be a bit annoying. Like if every year you have to replace your console, not because your console no longer works, but because it just became obsolete within the system. A little bit like they do with cell phone. Like a cell phone, usually your cell phone could be good for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. Sadly, after a year, they kind of slow down your cell phone so that you almost have, in order to encourage you to get a new one. So your cell phone still works fine, but it becomes slow as a Hades. But it becomes slow on purpose, which is a bit sad. A face cam reveal? Not really. I don't think so. Tell you what, if I ever do something like a Patreon, I'll put a goal, like something like if we reach a goal like 5,000, then I'll do a face reveal. That's the only reason I would see to make some sort of face reveal right now. Oh, I understand. Yeah, it is different, but they're trying. They're trying to see what works elsewhere, and they're trying to apply it to their own business model. And let's see if we can play the... Oh, just what I was looking for. Sadly, as a villain, you have little choice but to try and either solo the shadows, or you have to do it while a whole bunch of other peoples are doing the shadow mission. Or you have to stop the smaller shadows. That's probably your best option. Usually there's another one right here. Yeah, that's the thing. Solo, you can try and defeat them before they turn into a monster. But as a villain, sadly you're trying to form groups with the shadows. It worked the first week or so, the first week or two, but now it seems everyone seems to have to no longer need the shadows. And what you can do is that you can start the shadow solo like that, and sometimes some people will come by and try to jump on the shadow while you're already fighting it. So they're basically going to be helping you fight the evil shadow. Well, even on when was it? Yesterday or the day before? I had a hard time getting people to do the shadow mission because pretty much everyone, even on the hero side, already had done the mission. Sadly, you have to. Ideally, you have to do it also not too long after the reset, a day or two after the reset, or the weekend after the reset. I guess there's still a lot of people, but like the next Monday or Tuesday, it's gonna be a bit harder to find people to do the shadow mission. Yeah, ideally, I try to roleplay once in a while, but usually the roleplay that I'll do mostly is that I'll try to recreate an accurate version of certain characters. Like I'll try to create Batman with not just the look of Batman, but with also the abilities that Batman would normally have. Or I'll do that, let's say, for Superman or Superboy Prime. I'm so sad, no one is coming to help me. Usually there are people who will come by and try to fight the evil shadow while I'm keeping it busy. And as you can see with a tank, like an ice tank, if you just cycle through your shields, you can fight a pretty big opponent, and you can pretty much survive through the fight. And I don't even have the supply drops. If I had the supply drops on top of that, it would be even easier to survive. Oh yeah, Overgirl in Crisis on Earth X was awesome. About utility belt? I'm sure. I'm not sure if I've already made one, and even if I did, it's probably way outdated by now. But yeah, I'll see what I can do about that. Yeah, tonight is Arrow Night. So as you can see, soloing the Shadow Demon by yourself can take a while, but it's doable. But you pretty much have to be a tank in order to be able to do it. With any other class in a tank, I wouldn't suggest it. But if you're playing a tank character, so far every tank seems to be able to do it. Some of the best are those that you need to get the amenities. So the collections on around Ace Chemicals, the collections around the Steelworks, the collections around on Striker Island. Those are the only one I wouldn't suggest are the ones are on Arkham Island. The few times I tried to farm there, holy crap, it took forever to find a single collection. There's also the Mr. Miracle collections. The Mr. Miracle cape is a pretty popular item. Not as much as it once was, but it's still pretty popular. So that's usually a good one to farm for as well. But yeah, the collections for the amenities. If you want to farm for collections, I would farm for those. So sadly, we're only about halfway through. Oh, I heard. Oh, there she is. You can see the iconic. Oh, you can see the iconic Wonder Woman over there. We'll try to go and help her if we can in a bit. Oh, someone is coming to help. Ah, it's another Wonder Woman. She looks so cute. Someone is already helping Wonder Woman. Oh, is she coming over here? I have to stop looking at Wonder Woman. I'm about to die. Almost there. Oh yeah. It took a while, but with a bit of help, it's not as bad. So the good thing is if you're playing a villain, even if you don't find a group, you can still do the weekly missions. But it will take a bit of time. But it's better than not finding anyone and not being able to do the mission. Although there's always the option of stopping the small shadow of forming the bigger one. Although there is some power with some powers, it's easier to do than others. let's switch back to our nice black armor. We'll switch back to tank if we need to later on. Oh.
And report back to base.
I think this was it for those missions, or was it? So we still need 2 more shadows.
The Shadow Demon Archons are a pain in my ass.
Speak of the devil.
Use one of the devices our researchers have developed to deal with those Archons.
Ah, thank you. So just 1 more. After a while, you pretty much start knowing where the spawn point are, or even more where people have a tendency to go. Like there's probably other spawn points, but people pretty much have a tendency to go to the very same couple of spawn points. Well, let's follow the gang. Odds are they're looking for a shadow too. Oh, there we go. So if you cannot find a group, just follow a group on the map, and you should be able to do it with them. Oh yeah, the Legion of Supergirl, I loved it. I was almost standing on my chair saying, "Long live the Legion." There's a scene that was really clunky, like when you first see them in their costumes, they come and they show their rings to the camera. That was really clunky. But other than that, but despite even though it was clunky, I really enjoyed that scene. I was really happy to see that scene. I wish they would give us some Legion of Superhero stuff in DC Universe Online, maybe a Legion of Superhero DLC, or even better, a Legion flight ring. I would love to have a Legion flight ring for our characters, especially obviously the characters that do not fly. Like if they could come up with a Legion flight ring that kind of works like the Joker jetpack, where when you equip the ring, you give flight to your character, I would really enjoy that. I guess it's one of those things that we could go and request on the forum and hope against hope that they actually do it. I guess we'll have to wait and see. The power I would want next would be the Black Lantern power. I know that Blue Lantern is the one that is highly requested, but personally I wish we could have the Black Lantern power. Let's go play the Sentinel mission, and then we'll probably purchase a piece of gear or two. Oh, that was quick. Yeah, I saw the photo online about Mon-El with his red and blue uniform. So I was not sure why they didn't have that to begin with. Like, why not give him that costume and in the episode we got this week?
Recruited for a Suicide Squad mission. You'll be working with members of Task Force X until the operation is complete. Failure is not an option.
One tank should be enough. I'll stay as a DPS and I'll switch if I need to.
The anti-monitor has our two worlds colliding, creating some kind of parallel reality between us and the antimatter universe. It's destroying Metropolis, with Centennial Park as ground zero. I'm going to need to bring in the big guns.
Batman Beyond looks so good.
Oh joy. we get to play with the goody two-shoes again. Oracle, don't get in my way.
Long have I searched for a unicorn.
Not exactly thrilled about working with you either, buddy, but desperate times call for really, really desperate measures. Gang, join the Flash, Zoom, and the others to kick some anti-monitor butt.
Looks like the A-team will be on the anti-monitor. B-team, you destroy the antimatter shards. That should weaken him just enough.
We're all on one team, Calculator. Either that or we end up on Anti-Monitor's dinner plate. Got it?
Oh yeah, got it. For now.
Dearly for this. Tear you apart. Your universe stands no chance.
But yeah, for the Legion of Superheroes, I was really, really happy. I hope, sadly, we don't have a Legion of Superheroes comics anymore. So I hope if we have Legion of Superheroes and Supergirl, that it will spark an interest for the Legion of Superheroes, and so that maybe it will give us. Maybe they'll decide to give us a Legion of Superhero comic once more. Or even better, maybe it'll make DC Universe Online decide to have some Legion of Superhero content to match with Supergirl. I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. Oh yeah, it is Super Sun Prime. Sadly, this is as close to calling the character Superboy Prime as I was able to. You know what it is with the sadly the limitation in naming our characters in DC Universe Online. You do what you can with what you have. Maybe someday they'll make a name reclaim or something. I guess we'll have to wait and see. There's rumors that they're going to make some name reclaim with PS4 with once they drop the PS3. Not name reclaim, but that they're going to merge the servers. And obviously, if they're going to merge the servers, they're going to have a name reclaim. I haven't heard really anything from a real source about merging the servers, so I'm not sure if it's just wishful thinking about some people, or if there's actually someone who actually really mentioned that they were thinking about merging the servers. I was under the impression that it wasn't really an option because it would cause too much lag. But who knows, if maybe someday they decide to really merge the server, we'll have a name reclaim, and we'll be able to get something a little closer to Superboy Prime. I don't think they would make a CW DLC per se. I don't think they want to end up in the same situation where we had a Supergirl Legend character at some point that was directly modeled after the Supergirl from the CW show. and they had to remove that legend character because of some licensing issue. So I don't think they would want to try and repeat that. So I strongly doubt they would do that. What they could do is something more like they did give us an Arrow set of gear. So if they were to do some CW stuff, it would probably be something like that. Like they would give us either some CW emblems or some CW gear from some of the characters in the show.
Those shadow demons aren't helping the situation. Stop them from reaching the anti-monitor, or it's going to get ugly.
The DC versus Marvel, that'll never happen. The only way that could ever happen is if Disney buys Warner or something. And even then, from what I understand, Warner is going to merge. It seems Warner is going to merge with AT&T. So Disney would have to purchase AT&T, and that I strongly doubt that would ever happen. But you never know. Whoever thought that Disney would purchase Fox? So for the Marvel DC movie, that odds are that will never happen. And even then, if let's say Disney were to buy DC, Marvel and DC would pretty much become just one thing. So there wouldn't really be either there wouldn't be any DC anymore, or there wouldn't be any Marvel anymore, and it would be like an amalgam of both. Or DC would be swallowed by Marvel. Either way. Ah, crap.
Smooth move. Did you not just hear me say, stop them from reaching him or bad things happen? Do I need to dumb it down a little?
Tear you apart.
His shield is down again. Now's our chance. Attack him.
Shocking no one. I've got a brilliant plan that should save us all. Zoom and Flash can use the Speed Force whirlwind to open a breach that will punt the anti-monitor into the future.
The game is pretty much the same if you play on PC or on PS4. It's pretty much the same. The only thing is it depends on how powerful your PC is. If you have a powerful PC, you'll see no difference. If you have a powerful PC, actually the game could be a bit better on PS4 than it is on PC. The problem is that you cannot transfer your PS4 account on PC. So if you were to start playing on PC instead, you would have to start from scratch. You would have to create new characters, and you would have to restart from the very beginning. So whatever characters you have on PS4, you would not be able to transfer those on PC. But technically, if you play a DC Universe on PC, and if you purchase a controller to be able to play on PC, it would be pretty much the same thing.
Well, sort of worked.
So let's see what we got. Gear or Marks of Victory. Actually, let's go for the. I'm trying to gather some Brainiac-based items for my future Brainiac character. Let's give a bow to everyone.
Not to inflate his ego, even.
Well, that stinks. It's technically it's two different companies, so the odds of them deciding to make a film together, not very likely. If it was like the Sony and Disney, yeah, okay, maybe it could happen someday, like what Sony and Marvel did for Spider-Man. but it's literally two quote unquote enemy corporations. So that wouldn't happen. And even with Sony, it was nothing short of a small miracle for Sony to decide to have Marvel make a Spider-Man film. So let's see, what are we missing still? The pants, the back piece, the head, the chest. Oh, let's go for the pants. If I'm a bit lucky, I could purchase two things. I can't. I'm so sad. Let's go for the pants. Yeah, I play a lot too. Oh. I got this email from Sony, pretty much showing me how much I played Sony games this year. It was like a review of 2017. And I played this Universe Online way too much. I'll just say that. Oh yeah, I didn't... Okay. So let's go for the tank. Let's go back to our base. Yeah, it's a pretty addictive game. If you get hooked, you're set for life. You're gonna be playing this Universe Online until you're an old man, which is not a bad thing in my book. So let's see. So let's equip our no pants. Oh yeah. Let's equip our new artifact. Oh, there it is. Let's see if we're going to tweak the look of our tank a bit. Should we go for the pants or do we keep the new Genesis pants? Not bad. Let's try with these pants and I'll switch back if I don't like it. So I guess this is all the anti-monitor gear I'm going to need with this little guy. I wouldn't use the anti-monitor chest. I want to keep the big S. I wouldn't use the helmet, and I wouldn't use the back piece. I'll keep the cape. We'll see. What levels you have to get an armory? Well, you get your first armory at basically it's once you get your first base. Once you get access to your base. I think you're level 7, 8, 9 in that range. Once you get the access to your base, and then you get your free armory. If you want other armories, though, you have to purchase them from the marketplace or from the loyalty vendor. If you have some loyalty points. Well, the gear you get is what decides your combat training, yes. Like right now, my character has some 82... Oh, I don't have my boost. I'm so sad. I freaking hate this. There we go. The dollar sign is something called a super chat. I'm not sure exactly how it works. From what I understand, you can use it to send some money if you want. I think you have to be registered or something. If I'm sure if you click on the dollar sign, it should explain to you what you need to do. But my guess is that you're gonna need a credit card or something to be able to pay for the super chat. But yeah, if you want to send to support the channel, that would be greatly appreciated. But yeah, basically the gear you get is what decides your combat rating. So right now my character has some 80 something gear. Well, I guess I could upgrade my helmet. But also some of the gear you get eons ago when you would get some gear, the gear at a set level. And if you play older missions, the gear has a set level. But more and more, whenever you get some gear, usually it's gear that will scale to your level. So the new gear, most of the new gear, whenever you equip that gear, it will scale to the level of your character. The base mainframe, sure. Batman and Superman. Well, Batman seems to be more popular in terms of comics, movies, and that kind of stuff. But worldwide, Superman is seems to still be the better known of the two, and the most popular of the two. You can even see it in just look at my videos. Superman videos, strangely enough, get more views than Batman videos. And even I remember at some point Spittle was saying how Superman was the legend that was selling the most. So there are a lot of Superman fan worldwide. There's a reason why Superman underwears sell a lot. There's a lot of Superman fans out there. But when you look at the small bubble that is, let's say, the movie industry, you would think that Batman is the more popular of the two. But the thing is that when's the last time we had a really good Superman film? It was a long time ago. So basically, for the mainframe, you have the generator, and you can give permissions to either players or to leagues to enter your base, and even to use amenities. For your generator, you have to activate the cells. So once the cells are no longer active, your boost and all that good stuff will no longer work. So you have to constantly make sure that your cells are active. And for the mainframe itself, you have various things. You have the accomplice, which is the sidekick. You have the henchman, which is the backup for the villains. You have the orbital strike, the supply drops, and the tactical mods that you can put in your gear. So again, if you pay 5 marks of victory, you're going to get accomplice 1. If you play 20 marks of victory, you're going to get accomplice 2. And these two you keep forever. Once you purchase those, you never have to purchase them again. But then you have to purchase a cost that will be every 2 months. Like you can see, it expires in 60 days. So every 60 days, you have to pay 7 marks of victory to activate what is known as the boost. So the upgrades, once you purchase the upgrades, you have them forever. Sadly, after that, every 60 days, you have to pay for the boosts. And that is for each character. So basically, I have a lot of characters. So all my characters, sadly, I have to pay the freaking boosts every 60 days. And for the bottom, and usually also, once you actually purchase the upgrades and the boosts and all that, you go to that little machine over there. And this is where you can get your henchman. I could have sworn I would have... Oh yeah, I didn't purchase the backup. So this is where you can get your henchman. This is where you can get your mods that you're going to be able to put in your gear. Was Meps doing that? Ah, the fiend. And I missed it. I'm so sad. Yeah, the league halls were a big thing when they started, and nowadays not many people go to the league halls. For a face reveal, I don't think I doubt I'll ever do that. If I do that, I'll try to do it within within for a special occasion, let's say. But I don't think I'll ever do a face reveal. When is it worth it to invest in those? It depends. You can once you reach level 30, normally you have about 80 marks of victory. So if you, once you have 80 marks of victory, I guess you could purchase the at the very least the tactical mods. For the rest, you have to decide if you're going to use it or not. Are you going to use henchmen? Or are you going to use accomplices? Accomplices, it's only one guy that helps you, but that guy can sometimes heal you. He can shield you. He will attack you, obviously. So he does a few things, as opposed to if you take the henchman you have either two guys or you have three guys that will attack with you. Right now I have two, although my multiverse has access to three league halls, I think. Three or four, I forget. So for those, either you can invest early on in the tactical mods. Also, as soon as you reach level 30, you can decide to purchase the tactical mods. Or if you decide to do without, then later in the game, you should be able to earn marks of victory quickly enough that you should be able eventually to purchase everything if you want to. More ninja in the game? Well, you can have a few already. Like you even have some backups. Which one are there? Oh, I don't have them here. Oh, there they are. Actually, they're not ninjas, but close enough. Well, I wish they would give us access to things like the Batcave as a base for our characters, but what can you do? And for the legal with this character, sadly I only have access to the. Do I have access to both? I do have access to both. The Batman emblem, basically either the anniversary vendor, the vendor for the anniversary event. He has a box with a whole bunch of Batman emblems, but it's Batman emblems from the Dark Knight Metals event. Or you can purchase the Batman Rebirth emblem on the broker. That's the steel cape. No, that's the Civil War suit cape. Basically, we had they gave us uh, they gave us one war suit not too long ago. If we had PSN Plus, PlayStation Plus, they gave us one war suit, and I gave it to a villain character because that's the only way really that you can get the war suit. If you're a villain, obviously as a villain you cannot go to the watchtower and purchase the suit. Yeah, Stick is on the list with. I'll make an upcoming Daredevil video, and I'll probably include Sticks and maybe something else. As for Stick versus Ra's al Ghul, I guess Ra's al Ghul would probably wipe the floor with Sticks. But you never know. It usually depends on what the writer decides. I have heroes, I have villains, I have a bit of both. This here is my villain lair, so I basically I chose the undersea lair for the villains. or the Undersea League Hall, I should say. I should probably redecorate my base. We'll see. Hello, Version Core. So we're almost pretty much done for today, I think. Which is why I'm just going around my lair just to show you guys a bit. Or my legal, I should say. As you can see, I got a flashback just for the legal. I should end in about, I don't know, 5 minutes. So if you guys have any questions, now's the time. Everyone wants to ride the Batmobile. Sadly, we can't do that in this universe online. This is pretty much the wing of Apocalypse. Oh, I love this chair. Sorry, ya boy. Maybe someday. Well, I'm probably going to start working on a new project soon, so it's not impossible that I won't be able to do the live stream at 5 anymore. I'll probably have to do it at 8 or 9. So yeah, boy, if I end up doing the live stream at 9, you should be good. I love those little thingy. When I first saw those, I started purchasing way too many of them, as you can see. I have like a couple in a few of my bases, and I have a handful here. Oh, wrong way. And I have a whole bunch of those coins here. An evil tank. And where's the cat? Oh, there he is. He doesn't like me somehow. He's so mean. Oh yeah, it should be basically once the stream is over, YouTube processes the video, and then it'll be on YouTube until YouTube shut down. This is a pet that you could get during the Halloween seasonal. Sadly, although you can still maybe buy it on the broker. Look on the broker for a Tickle. I'll spell it because I'm probably not pronouncing it right. The pet is called something like that. So look for the Tickle totem, and it should be pretty expensive though. Since we can no longer get it in game, odds are people are probably asking a lot for it. Actually, we could go and check. So once you purchase all the friend here, then you can just donate it to your legal. I think DCUO will be shut down in 2053, more or less 5 years. Of course, we have a whole bunch of CSA tables, and of course the all-man signals, and those statues. I love those statues. I'm gonna have to purchase a few more of those. They're way too awesome. Even the small ones are pretty good. But the big ones, the sheer size of them, holy crap, I love them. I wish we could have a statue like that of our characters. The statue for your base, you have to purchase it first. I think it's I forget how much it was. Basically, you have to purchase it. It's like 10,000 prestige or something. And once you purchase it, then you can you have various settings that you can adjust. and it will be whatever settings you decide for. The Allman outfit, you can get it from the Earth 3 DLC. In the Earth 3 Gotham map, you have a vendor that sells the Allman outfit, but you have to be combat rating 207 to even be able to see the outfit. What's kind of cheap? I mean, I've missed a bit. Okay. Well, yeah, there was a. Not sure if I would say it was a big update. It didn't take too long to update, so I thought it would be a big update, but I guess it wasn't that big. But yeah, there was an update today. As for the pets, let's go check on the broker quick, and then we'll probably end with that. So the pet is called Tickle Totem. No, I don't have it. Someday, maybe. It's still available. So if you want to have the little cat in your lair, we can see the preview. So if you want to have the little yellow orange cat in your lair, 5 millions and it's yours. Let's look at the. Do they have this one as well? There's also this one that you can have. Again, yeah, we can see the preview. So the pets are there, and they're not that expensive. Yes, I know that 6 millions may seem like a lot of money, but if you're a legendary player, you should be able to earn that somewhat quickly. Let's look for a penguin. We do have the Emperor Penguin here. We still can't see it. I'm so sad. So we can get the Emperor Penguin for 4 millions if we want to. And I looked earlier, they didn't have it, but let's see. No. There's quite a few things they could do with the sidekick. They just didn't do it just yet. Let's look for the stalwart chest. Basically, as I often say, go to the broker any chance you get. And any chance I get, I look at the broker and I see, I look if they have the stalwart defender chest for cheap. Like right now it's 10 millions. So if you have 10 millions to spare, you can have the Stalwart Defender chest. But usually I'll come to the broker and I'll look for the Stalwart Defender chest. And whenever I see it at 2 millions or less, I buy it right away. And I still need it for at least a couple of characters. The Batman Beyond outfit, it's already out. It's the it's right here. The Beyond belt, the Beyond boots, the call, 2.5 million. Not that expensive. The gloves. So you should be able to get, if you're a bit lucky, you should be able to get the suit for not too expensive. And the shoulders, 1.2. The wings were the expensive part, and they're 2 millions now if you want. So the Batman Beyond gear is there. You can purchase it for fairly cheap. I don't remember seeing the chests though. But again, if you go to the broker as often as you can, you should be able to find the whole set. If I had the money, I would create an even better base than the one I have. Heck, I would probably recreate the Hall of Doom. Why just recreate a tiny base when you can recreate something like the Hall of Doom? Come on. But that Solve guy, the Batman Beyond gear is already in the game. You just have to buy it on the broker. I guess you could also buy Gotham Time Capsules. The gear comes from the Gotham Time Capsules. The escrow gives you access to your money. Basically, if you go into your currency, you probably have the escrow, and then you probably have cash 2,000 or 1,500, depending on if you're a legendary player or a premium player. Hi, Sherian. So what the escrow does is that the escrow unlocks your cash, and depending on which escrow you buy, I think you can buy an escrow for $1,000 for like $10,000, or you can buy an escrow for like 7 days that unlock your cash for basically 7 days. So once you purchase the escrow, it unlocks the amount of cash that you bought the escrow for. Let's take a quick look. It's probably in supplies or... No, I'm so sad. Oh, there we go. So you can purchase an escrow for 10,000, for 25,000. I could have sworn there was one for 7 days. Or did I pass it and I just didn't notice? Could be. Oh, there it is. And there's one for 7 days. Oh, there's even one for 1,000. So depending on what you buy, it will unlock your either part of your cash or all of your cash. Like this one will unlock 1,000 4 times. This one will unlock 10,000 one time. This one will unlock 25,000. And this one will unlock all your cash for 7 days. So once you purchase the escrow, and I guess you have to consume the token, then for 7 days, or depending on which one you purchase, it will unlock either a certain amount or it will unlock all your cash for 7 days. As soon as I get a chance, I have a whole bunch of videos. The Flash is in the list. As soon as I get around to doing the Flash video, you'll be the first to know. Well, yeah, as Eric is suggesting, either purchase the 7 day escrow and you can use the base for 1 week, or you go legendary and you're going to be able to use the escrow anytime you want. Our friend Speed Demon is here. So that is going to be it for today, I think, guys. So tonight is Arrow night. I think there's only Arrow tonight. I miss when we had Legends of Tomorrow also on the Thursday, but what can you do? So that's going to be it for now, guys. So as always, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.